Greetings, everyone, and welcome to Pillai Center Practice here on YouTube. And my name is Sucharita. For those of you who don't know me, wishing you all a very warm welcome. So sorry for the delay. It's an indication of the topic that we are going to discuss today about delays and obstacles and having patience, persistence, compassion, and also a deep understanding of the divine timing of things in our lives, and to have that cultivated, all those wonderful qualities or characteristics to be cultivated at any given point in time to allow our spiritual practices to play out and help us to focus on what is the most important for us to do at any given point in time. So it is a Saturday, and we are honoring Lord Saturn. And Lord Saturn is near and dear to me. My name is Sucharita, for those of you who don't know me. And this is such a great time to come together because Saturn delivers our difficult karmas, our challenges in life, if you will. Dr. Pillai shares that it's most important for us to be honoring Lord Saturn for many reasons. However, since his birthday is coming up on the 9th of June at 5 p.m. Pacific time, 8 p.m. Eastern time, there will be ceremonies, rituals, fire rituals, archanas, different kinds of offerings, as per the Vedic tradition in India on our behalf for those people who want to sponsor Shani Jayanti, which means Shani is a name for Saturn. And then Jayanti is a name, it's the birth or the birthday of Saturn. So Saturn's birthday, just like we have a birthday every year, we honor our life up until that point, and then we rebirth something else into our life. We look forward to doing something that is progressive, that is going to be helpful. We want to pray for health and well-being for not only ourselves, but everyone, to develop patience and compassion for one another, and especially during COVID lockdown time. So Saturday, as you can hear in the name of the day of the week, Saturn, the planet Saturn, is ruling that day. So Saturdays are fabulous to come together and then get the blessings of Lord Saturn as well. So this birthday coming up is also going to be celebrated on June 10th, which is 5:30 a.m. India Standard Time. And anywhere in between June 9th from 5 p.m. Pacific Time to June 10th, 5:30 a.m. IST time, you can convert it to whatever that timing is for you in your neck of the woods. Then you can tune in and celebrate Lord Saturn. So last week we shared a lot about Lord Saturn and Lord Hanuman, the Overlord. So you can see from the statue here, this is the monkey god, Lord Hanuman, and then he has his foot on Lord Saturn, who's just chilling. So Saturn is chilly, he's cold, he's dry, he's old, he represents misery or suffering or long and drawn out chronic things in our lives. So chronic issues, health issues, financial issues, relationship issues, things that are happening for a long time. Saturn helps us to stay steady, to stay with the course, because he's delivering these karmas that we wanted to do in some other lifetime. We said, okay, I'll come back as a soul who's really ready to take care of this karma, to pay it back. And now we're here and we're going, oh my gosh, what was I thinking? So we're going to invoke Saturn to relieve us from malefic effects and then get blessings for accomplishing our goals. So we want to share with everyone, being in the right place at the right time and thinking, saying, and doing the right thing is what it's all about here at Powertime Practice. We want to feel empowered. So Saturn can raise you up to the level of a king or a queen. He gives that royalty consciousness. He helps us to be really alert about what the challenges in our lives have been, and then how to be bringing in more compassion for ourselves, first and foremost, because how would we know how to be compassionate to others fully until we can heal the pain of the past anything that has caused us emotional stress or mental stress, or we've just been working so hard. So Saturn, he, as Dr. Pillai says, is a great teacher. Unless you're given hardships in life, you're not going to learn. So Saturn is the most important planet, as he is the one who matures the soul. Even gods are not exempt from the influence of Saturn. Gods also have lessons to learn. So that's a quote from Dr. Pillai. And we'll talk about the greatness of Saturn, the book by Dr. Robert Swoboda, and our fabulous friends here at Pillai Center will pop all these things that I'm sharing with everyone onto the chat so you can keep up with what we are going to bring forward for you today. It's going to be action-packed. So we're going to invoke Saturn on his birthday, and we want to get the blessings. So relief from the challenges and get blessings. So Saturn, as Dr. Pillai shares, he's the strictest and disciplined among all the planets in Vedic astrology, and he has a strong influence in your life. So you cannot avoid it. So Saturn gives life experiences based on your past life karma. It's considered as auspicious to invoke Saturn on his birthday and seek relief from the malefic effects. So if you're undergoing Saturn influence in a major or a minor planetary way, which is also translated as dasa, means major, and bhukti means minor. So it's really good to get an astrology consultation so you can find out where your Saturn is as per the influence. So if you're running 19-year period of Saturn, that's called a dasa, or a major planetary period. It is tough. He's going to grind you down year after year after year after year after year. So if you've gone through that grinding and you've come out the other side and you've learned all your lessons, you've dumped a lot of karma, and you've had ups and downs and successes and failures, and you got on a spiritual path, and that's what Lord Saturn wants us to do. He will support a spiritual person who is on a path of self-discovery and wants to find a way out of the harms and hurdles. So that's one major planetary period, dasa, or minor planetary period, bhukti, and that is where Saturn is going to deliver or dump a lot of karma on your lap, and you're going to go, oh my God. So if you're prepared, if you're on a spiritual path, he will help you to find a way out. Sarisati is another period. It's 7.5 years of Saturn. So the 7.5 means that it is going to be when Saturn transits the sign before your moon sign, and then the sign of your moon sign, and the sign after your moon sign. So the zodiac signs. That's why it's so important to get an astrology consultation. Did I say that? I'm going to say it again and again. We need to find out. We need to have our GPS. We need to find out how to navigate the harms and the hurdles and the challenges, the roadblocks. So Sarisati, if you're going through that, it's 7.5 years of Saturn around your moon sign. And it takes 2.5 years approximately for Saturn to hang out in a sign, a zodiac sign. And then when he's sitting on your moon, he's sitting on your head, and he's going to make you to really use your mind to get on your spiritual path and do good in your life, even though you may think, oh my God, you've taken everything from me. I have nothing left. You do have everything left. You've got your intellect and your the ability to make things work in your life. So he wants you to take full responsibility. You can't blame anyone anymore. So he's also, if you have the 8th house Saturn, he's also very tough, because 8th house in the zodiac is all about transformation. Well, that's kind of cool, but it takes a lot to be transformed. So he throws obstacles in your way so that you will go a little bit slower. You'll take steps. You'll think twice or 3 or 4 times before just jumping emotionally into things. We all have done that. We've jumped emotionally into relationships and said, oh my God, I love this person. And then we end up with them for some time. Maybe we get married to them, and then we go, oh my God, I can't stand this person. So he will help you to make the right choices in your life and even heal those relationships. Even if you think, oh my goodness, I can't get out of this relationship. It may be taking you a long, long time to forgive, to develop compassion, to be very patient, to be more other oriented during those tough times when Saturn is out there transiting the 8th house. Did I mention that it's a good idea to get an astrology consultation? It's a good idea. And then you will know, oh my goodness, I need to honor Lord Saturn. And then the astrologer will tell you all about your life. And you will just be like, oh my goodness, that rings so true. Now what do I do? And of course, that's what the astrologer wants to do, is to give you a way out, or many ways out. So you start to incorporate the rituals, the remedies, the fire labs, the pujas, the mantras, the meditations on Lord Saturn, as well as Lord Hanuman, because he's the overlord. He's the big head honcho of Saturn. He says, come on, people are on the spiritual path. You got to give some obstacles, but don't give so many. Just do it. And then you can say, okay, karma light, you're done. So it always helps to know people in high places. All right, so the next one is 4th house Saturn. So 4th house represents your mind, how you nurture yourself, your mother. And also represents education, how you educate yourself. So sometimes the education takes a long time. Even if you don't go through formal education like academic training or even technical training on your job. You could be in a job or a career for a long, long time, or a business for a long, long time, go through ups and downs and financial challenges, relationship challenges, challenges with your coworkers, bosses, your customers. It can be Saturn is delivering the karma for you to see how you are going to think and act in a higher way. So the highest is the best. And we always want to be the best version of ourselves. We don't want to be dragged down into the misery and the suffering. So he will help you to really think long-term. Also, long-term investments can be there. He will help you to be patient and not be emotional and get out. And then you are, struggling in the long run. So Saturn afflictions in your birth chart will also be identified by the Vedic astrologer. Did I say anything about getting a Vedic astrology consultation? You should do it. Or a report. You can get a written report too. You don't have to go to a live one. But it's so, so important to understand that Saturn is an energy, it's a consciousness, and it's inside of us. So where inside of us will we feel it? Will we know, oh my goodness? In our physical bodies, the big bones, especially those big leg bones. So if you feel like, oh my goodness, I feel so weighed down, or I feel unsteady, or you might have hip problems. You might feel like you're stuck. You might feel like have arthritis or any kind of inflammation, and it's very difficult to walk. So Saturn is considered lame, as they say in the mythology of Saturn. And you can read The Greatness of Saturn. It's the book there next to Lord Hanuman in behind there. And Dr. Robert Svoboda is the author. And Dr. Pillai has shared, anyone who wants to find out about the planets and about how these beings come alive. And it's also a therapy to read this book. And it's to honor Lord Saturn. So that's one way to get on his good side, is to ask for help as you are reading the book and say, give me insights, help me to see the secrets of life, help me to navigate, just like this story is telling us, myths are true forever. So that's the eternity that we want to tap into, to come out of our harms and hurdles of the past and also of this life and into the future. Because what do? We worry about the future. We cannot change the past. We can barely hang on to the present, and that the future is what we're worrying about. So that's what Saturn will also be an indicator. We'll be worrying unnecessarily, or we'll be looking at the dark or bleak sides of things. We'll be looking at the fault in ourselves or others. We'll be depressed. will be feeling like, oh, I just can't come out of this. And it's because of, my mother, my father, or this or that. It could be the ancestors as well. The ancestors, as we know, they impact our genes. So our DNA is impacted. So Saturn, we want to get on his good side and bring some lightness of being. So participating in these remedial rituals on Saturn's birthday are very important for you, as Dr. Pillai shares. So the birth in mythology of Saturn is, according to the scriptures, Saturn's mother, Chaya Devi, underwent severe penance for Lord Shiva when Lord Saturn, was in her womb. And Saturn has the blessings of Shiva right from his birth. He was born dark in color due to severe penance of his mother, who did not heed weather conditions. Upon seeing Saturn's dutiful and unbiased nature, Shiva elevated his status to a planet and blessed him, blessed Lord Saturn. So Shiva blessed Lord Saturn to discharge karma to all living beings of the 7 worlds. So the 7 worlds represent the 7 chakras, the energy centers inside of our energy system, the chakra system. They are psycho-spiritual centers. So of course, Saturn is going to impact our psychology, how we're feeling, and whether he's blessing you or whether he's creating those challenges for you so you will shine up like a diamond in those chakras and you'll be crystal clear. And as we know, when the light is shining on a diamond, there's beautiful colors and rays of light that you can see all around that diamond as it's radiating the different light out into the space. So Saturn, carrying out his duty without partiality, even inflicted karma on Shiva himself. So depending on your karma, Saturn would either become a hard teacher or a bestower of boons for good deeds. So the slow-moving and hard teacher, Saturn, will help you to learn your life lessons and mold you to face life challenges. So you can't come out of the challenges. You've got to face them because that's the karma. Karma is action, and it starts with your thinking. So when the ideas come, you go, hey, that's a great idea, and you won't think through. You won't slow down enough. Just think of all those emotional decisions that we made and all those, I just know it, and ego driven, and I'm better, and I can come out of this, and I know best. And whoa, did our pride ever get hammered? And did we ever have to swallow our pride and learn the lessons? So the significance of Saturn's birth in our birthday is going to be the birth of the new Saturn as you know it to be inside of your being, inside of your mind, inside of the thoughts that you think and the actions that you take. So Saturn's birthday is an important day, as Dr. Pillai shares, to express gratitude for his blessings, invoke his greatest blessings. So on his birthday, Astroved and Pillai Center are going to be performing a special grand fire lab, invoking the blessings of Saturn by chanting Saturn's bija, or seed. So bija is seed sound. So bija mantra is seed sound. So it is this archetype filled with enormous positive energy and has immense power to amplify and multiply favorable blessings of the archetype. So chanting of Saturn's seed sounds or mantras, the bijas, during his birthday fire lab can give you relief from his malefic effects and amplify Saturn's positive blessings to help you. How? Well, to develop compassion, righteousness, duty, consciousness, discipline, and responsibility. So no holding grudges, no being miserable, depressed. You're going to be able to rise up and face your challenges in life and say, okay, I can do this. I'm all grown up now. I'm mature. I'm a mature soul. Especially if you're on a spiritual path, you feel the empowerment of Lord Saturn keeping you steady and keeping you disciplined on your spiritual path so that you do have that focus, you do have that clarity. And he also helps you to meditate. So honoring Lord Saturn you'll just sit down, you'll meditate, you'll be in meditation. You won't be thinking all over the place and trying to get settled in. He'll just like sit down and do it. And you will just be like, oh my goodness, this is super awesome. And then he will also help you to create new structures in your life to help you to be more compassionate for yourself so that you can be that with others and you don't feel begrudgingly. He will also help you to honor your ancestors. So doing Tarpanam is a ritual that we talk about, and Dr. Pillai shares, hey, it's very, very important. And Tarpanam, you will see that you offer the black sesame seeds and white rice powder or grains. That's the minimum that you would offer, is the black sesame seeds. And it's interesting because you're going to offer black sesame seeds and sesame oil, like you'll see in this oil lamp, that we'll be offering during the puja offering that we're going to do momentarily. So you can see the relationship between your ancestors and honoring Lord Saturn in your life. He will raise, as Dr. Pillai says, he'll raise you up from a pauper, which is like a person who has nothing, who feels impoverished everywhere. Even if there's money in the bank, they can feel miserly and feel like everybody's after them and feel like somebody is going to take their money, and they just never enjoy it. Or it can be that you just don't have any and you're wondering, oh my God, I can't even get a job. So honoring Lord Saturn will bring that structure into your life, that consciousness to create structure in your life. And don't be flying by the seat of your pants, and go and ask for help. A lot of people on the spiritual path, they have no problem helping others, but they help others to, a detriment in that they don't help themselves, and they don't want to ask for help. They don't feel that they are worthy of help. So that is a negative ego, and that's very debilitating, if not dangerous, because you need to have the ability to take care of yourself. Regardless if you have a relationship or you're shared finances or whatever it is, you never know what can happen where you are left with nothing. So always think about that and put that structure into place. And if you need support, then Saturn will send you those ideas. It will pump those ideas into your mind, not to freak you out, but to just go and be disciplined and get the support that you need. So he will crush that ego that says, oh, geez, I don't know how to ask. He will just say, just ask. That's it. So he won't let you to have pride or false pride or hide from anyone. You just get going. And COVID is awesome because everyone is struggling. So everyone understands what it is. So Saturn is really making this to be long and drawn out. This is a big Saturn thing. He's delivering disease as well. Karmic of the whole planet is undergoing the hard lessons of Saturn to perhaps put us all on a spiritual path. And then that will bring us the blessings. That will bring us the hope, the encouragement, the energy to keep persisting. So he helps you to lead a practical life. Again, he helps to boost your career or your business or your job, or he will put you in a position. If he's on your side, you will find yourself in leadership roles, or you might even be promoted out of nowhere. So it's not that the 19 years of Saturn are going to be terrible, or the 7.5 years of Saturn are going to be terrible, or 8th house Saturn or 4th house Saturn that we talked about or mentioned earlier on. It means that, hey, if you get on a spiritual path and you honor Lord Saturn in 8 ways that I'm going to share about, because he said to me before I got on this call, he said, write down 8 things. I was like, oh my God, off the top of my head. And I managed to, because I'm running 19 years of Saturn and I'm coming up to another Sati, and I have a Saturn in a strong sign, the sign of Capricorn in my chart, and that's his natural house as well as Aquarius. So if you have Saturn in those 2 houses, depending on which house it is in those 2 signs, depending on which house it is in your chart, it can be great or it can be a challenge. So again, did I mention you should consider getting a live astrology consultation? Okay, I think I did. one or two times. So there's a rare cosmic alignment that makes Shani Jayanti, or Saturn's birthday, pretty special this year. It's on Shani Amavasya. Amavasya means new moon. Shani again is Saturn. Shani Jayanti is Saturn's birthday. So he was born on a new moon day. And during his birthday, Saturn is in the sign Capricorn. And even though Saturn is his sign, it's a natural 10th house, the sign of karma, the house of karma. He's transiting here. He's giving back all the results of our karma. So if we were good, great, you're going to get lots of good karma. If we were not so good, well, he's going to deliver some challenges for you so you don't give up. You just go and face those challenges, find a spiritual way out, and put structure in your life. Be patient, persistent, be compassionate, be charitable with your time, your money, your energy, especially to the elderly or people who are handicapped in any way, mentally, physically, emotionally handicapped, people who are alone and who are feeling like there's no way out of their challenges. You just never know. Saturn might be putting you in their path to bring a smile to the face, even if it is just momentarily. Saturn will be like, okay, you tried, you did good. So this year's Saturn Jayanti is very special because of the solar eclipse that's also happening on the same day. Mythology says that the infant Shani, or Saturn, looked at his father, the sun. So Saturn is the sun, the S-O-N, of the S-U-N, that big ball of fire in the sky, sun. And he was eclipsed. So when Saturn looked at his dad, the sun, he was eclipsed. So Saturn, Shani Jayanti, is happening on a solar eclipse. Solar means sun. An eclipse day where Sun and Rahu are in the sign of Taurus. So Rahu eclipses the sun. That's why it's called a solar eclipse. And this is a rare phenomenon only after 18 years. So Dr. Pillai always asks the astrologer, hey, what is the cosmic event that's happening? What is the perfect time to honor Lord Saturn, to dump a lot of karma, to come out of harms and hurdles once and for all? So that's why we come here during Powertime practice to remind everybody, please don't blink and miss this, because it is something is very rare. Yes, he has a birthday every year, but 18 years, this is where you can heal your relationship with your father, or father figures, or authority figures, or the government, taxes, or businesses that have been going on and on, or you've been trying to do a business for 18 years, or you've been trying to come up and be promoted in your career or your job, or you've been trying to do a project for so long and you've had some successes but not enough. So this is what you want to do, is you want to erase that pattern that keeps persisting. Remember, it's not the thing. It's the behavior, the pattern, that psycho-spiritual thing that no matter what we've done, no matter how much therapy we've done, or no matter how much planning and all the rest and all the finances and all the best people surrounding you, and still things go sideways because there's a spiritual issue and our soul knows it. So this is it. Saturn's birthday, we can chant Om Shanicharaya Namaha, which is a seed sound, as many times as possible, which we're going to get into momentarily. And then you can look on Pillai Center and Acrobat at all the different things that are going to be done on your behalf. So there are power spots that will be honored, and your name and your birth star will be mentioned to help you to come out of domestic problems, relationship problems, grant professional progress, and fulfill your wishes. People always say, geez, I always feel like I'm cursed or I have bad luck. And you might have that, but you have to come out of it and have an optimistic or positive attitude. And that is not easy when you're faced with the worst things, the obstacles. The accidents is another thing. So if you find that, oh my God, I'm bumping into things, You can get into a lot of financial problems, or you could have a really bad accident, be debilitated health-wise, or challenges with the person that you hit in a car, or any other kind of tripping up, or cuts, or broken legs, again, here, or broken anything in the body. It can be a long chronic disease. It's insidious and you don't know it's there. But then all of a sudden, you go to the doctor and say, hey, I'm kind of feeling, they do run tests, and all of a sudden you have problems. So we want to be praying to the planets, especially Lord Saturn, to help us to find a way out of that before it happens. So that's what is happening at the power spots. And then there's a fire lab chanting the bija, or the seed sounds for Lord Saturn. The sesame seeds are going to be lit. The sesame seed lamp is going to be lit. Here's a sesame seed lamp right here. Lovely. And we will honor Lord Saturn with that. And you can do that. You can honor Lord Saturn. Again, I'm going to mention these 8 things that Lord Saturn told me to remind everyone about. And why 8? Well, hang on. We're just about to find out. So we can appease Lord Saturn, offering the sesame seed lamp, and then also this rice offering. It has sesame seed rice. It's a favorite offering of Lord Saturn, which satisfies him and helps him to give us favorable blessings and fulfill our wishes. So again, it's not all doom and gloom if you know the way out, the spiritual way out, and he will give it to you, and I will give it to you too. So there's also going to be this miniature representation of the human body that's going to be offered at a power spot. Al Rupam. Rupa means the body, and Al is this miniature representation of the human body. And it's going to be offered at the power spot. It's believed that when you offer this miniature representation of the human body at a Saturn power spot, it will help to cure illnesses and promote good health. So illness, you may not think, oh, I have a disease. I don't have anything. I'm pretty healthy. But you can have anxiety. You can have mental stress. You could have everything in your life, and everyone looks at your life and says, wow, you have a beautiful home, you got cars, you got a nice looking family, they're all doing well, you have money in the bank, you've got great investments, you've got a good job or career or business, and you're still anxious, or you're still miserable, or you're depressed. Like, what the heck? You'll never be happy, it seems. We will get the blessings of Lord Saturn because he's going to be offering this surrogate technology, as Dr. Pillai shares, this miniature representation of a human body. So it's a spiritual solution. And you may think, oh my God, how does it work? It's just like taking a Tylenol when you have a headache. You don't care what it does. You just want to get it to get the pain away. You don't know that it does this chemical thing and whatever. You just want the pain gone. So it will help to promote that optimism, cure the illness. And again, people say, oh my God, you can't be saying that it's going to cure it. Any cure is that coming from the physician within. Even a doctor will say, you know, if you do these things, it will possibly help to cure your illness. But then you will just be so negative that you will manifest not getting cured. So the divine physician is within you. That divinity is within you, that energy, that intelligence. And that comes from honoring Lord Saturn. He will give you that discipline to keep, to maintain that positivity and to have a good discipline in your life. So healthy lifestyle is what I'm going to share and what everyone can relate to. So it'll help you to be more disciplined. Maybe you'll go for walks, take care of your physical body, your mental health and well-being. Maybe you'll get some support from others. You'll reach out and not feel so alone and feel like, oh my goodness, I can't ever connect with anyone. No one understands me. You're just manifesting that. So that what you keep thinking about is going to keep manifesting. So Saturn will just crush that by participating in any of these rituals or services that are going to go on during Lord Saturn's birthday. And then, as I do, and I'm going to continue to do it for the 19 years that I'm running the major planetary or Dasa period for Lord Saturn, is there are year-long Saturn remedies that go on every day. And then there's power times, especially to honor Lord Saturn. And I don't have to be going to India every day. It's being done on my behalf. And I feel the support and the wealth of a spiritual wealth that's coming through, because everything seems to keep cruising along in my life, and I can do the things that I need to do. And I'm surprised that I can do so much. So Saturn is an energy, it's an intelligence that gets woken up inside of us. And then when you are getting these remedies done on your behalf every day for 365 days of the year, for me, it'll be 19 years. It is well worth the investment. So the return on my investment, very small investment, to be healthy and happy and to be successful and to have beautiful relationships and to have that ability to heal the relationships. I'm not doing it, but that healing energy is coming through. So I wanted to finally wrap up with the 8 things that I wrote down, and you can see it on this little scribble pieces of paper. Lord Saturn, before I sat down, he said, hey, off the top of your head, what are the 8 things? And I want you to share it with everyone here. So why 8? 8 is a really powerful number for Lord Saturn. If you turn 8 on its side, what does it represent? Pop quiz. All right, I'll just leave that. Maybe you can post it on the chat if you want. So 8 represents the 8th house, or the 8th sign in the zodiac, and that is the house of delays and obstacles, transformation, also death. So Saturn's brother is the god of death, Yama. So that's how he relates to death. And you don't have to die physically, but you can die off to your old ways of being. So 8 also represents Lord Ganesha, and also the goddess Shrimbrzi. So prosperity, enlightenment, success come from that number 8. If you turn it on its side, what does it mean? Infinity, right? The number 8 looks like the sign of infinity. So it goes on and on and on and on and on, never ending. And that's why people say, I just want to get rid of my karma. It is never ending. So how do you transmute or transform the karma? Is you get onto the spiritual path, and then life becomes this beautiful adventure. You become this person who is super charitable with your time, your energy. You always have an abundance. You have that consciousness of putting the right structures in place and attracting the right people to you. Again, he can bring you up from being a poor person or a pauper to the level of a king or a queen or royalty consciousness or a leader in your life. He can heal your relationship, whether your dad is passed away, he's no more, or he is estranged from you, or you have a fatherly figure, authority figure in life that you have challenges with, and then you will come out of that. It will be healed automatically. So 8 is that number of transformation. And you're just like, how could I transform those areas of my life? You don't, he does. So honoring Lord Saturn and then seeing how the number 8 will pop up into your life. And then you'll go, oh my goodness, 8 will be an indicator that I better pray to Lord Saturn, say his name, or light a sesame lamp. So that's it, number 8. And he helps to fulfill your desires, and he helps you to do your karma in a way that is going to be more steady and calm, and you're going to be able to endure. So he helps you to persist, be patient, be compassionate, and then you're enduring it. You're not even thinking, oh my God, this is just awful. You're thinking, this is cool. Look at me. Well, look what I'm doing. So number 8. And then he says, Lord Saturn, first thing is find out where Lord Saturn is in your chart. So Saturn, the planet, is a being. It's the Lord. It's this God, or this godlike being, nature, if you will, or this consciousness inside of you that says, find a way out, find a spiritual solution. So you want to find out where he's hanging out in your chart. And then you can get a live astrology consultation or a Saturn report. Find out where, if you're running a Sade Sate, which is 7.5 years of Saturn, I mentioned that earlier, or the Dasa, 19 years, the major planetary period, or even the Bukti, which is the minor planetary period. So that's the third thing. And then you have the color. So what's the color that's associated with Lord Saturn? Black or dark blue. So you might be attracted to those colors, or at least on a Saturday. That's the day of the week. So that's another one. The time period where you want to find out or always honor Lord Saturn. So usually on Saturdays, what do? We sleep in. We just say, oh my God, I work so hard Monday to Friday. And we sleep in and we don't want to get off the bed, and we have delays. We have a delay in getting started. We don't have the energy. We justify it by saying, oh, you know what? I work so hard and I deserve to just do nothing. And so we waste the day. When we waste a Saturday, which you didn't do. Anyone here that's watching this, you didn't. You got the blessings of Lord Saturn. He wants you to do something spiritual, to find out information about him. So that's a good thing to do. So if you're wearing the color black, or it doesn't resonate with you, maybe you can get black beads like I have here, the mala beads. You can maybe wear black underwear or a black t-shirt underneath a shirt, or black socks or something, where you're saying, okay, I'm going to wear this. It may not be my color palette or whatever, but I'm going to just be doing that to honor you, to feel you close to me. And you'll feel the energy, especially on a Saturday. So that's the sixth thing. The seventh, how did I run? Oh, 4. Okay. Oh, yes. So he delivers hard karma. So I've got, okay, first thing is astrology. Find out where he is in your birth chart. The second thing is Sade Sate, the 7.5 years of Saturn. The third thing is the Dasa, the Bukti of Saturn, 19 years or a minor period, depending on what the astrologer shares with you. The fourth thing is the number 8, what it represents, obstacles, delays. The fifth thing is your karma. It's the karaka, or the indicator, the deliverer of what you desired in some other lifetime. It goes, okay, you ready to do it? You ready to deliver the karma, get the karma delivered to you? And are you equipped with patience, perseverance, compassion, intelligence, that ability to ask for help, to get support, to do your spiritual path? That's all Saturn. So he will help you to endure. The color black is number 6. Number 7 is honoring him with a black sesame seed lamp. And here it is again, up close and personal. We have black sesame seeds inside a little lamp that has a cotton wick and black sesame oil. So don't worry if it's organic or not organic. He doesn't really care. In fact, he wants you to get the best budget. He's kind of like the one who will find you good deals. Because when do you get good deals? When you're patient, when you're persistent. And then when you're honoring Lord Saturn, he will just say, okay, go get that thing. So when your intuition will be really sharp, and you will just be getting the right deal at the right time, or the right support. So that 7th thing. So that was about the sesame oil, the seeds. And then on Saturdays, light a sesame lamp on Saturdays. Light a sesame lamp if you're running Dasa Bukti. And I do that every day. This thing is going almost 24/7 for Lord Saturn. And if I don't light it that day, if I'm running late and I've got lots of meetings and I'm, oh my God, I didn't light my Saturn lamp. I feel it, and I run, and I just say, excuse me, I've got to go do something. And then I will light the Saturn lamp, and then everything runs smoothly. So this is spiritual technology. This isn't something that is just for fun, or you must believe in this, and I'm going to just tell you. It is spiritual science. So try it out. Use your own life as your own experiment. And you will find it's a spiritual solution, especially when it relates to work meetings, because we know they can go sideways very quickly. Or when you're speaking to people about important things in your life. So relationships and so on. They're forever long drawn out. Saturn. All right. So the eighth thing is the mantra, which you can find out. Om Shani Charaya Namaha. We're going to find out when we do the offering here, the ritual. Rituals make you rich. And that's what Saturn says. Hey, come and do this spiritual practice. Do a little ritual, do a little dance, do a little singing, do a little meditating, and you will feel his blessings. And that will make you to feel enriched, empowered, beyond money. So, because money comes and goes, but your spiritual path, it's with you forever. Why? It's inside of you. So, I had to write it sideways. So this, he says, okay, I'm going to give you the mantra, but you've got to also take action in your life. So be charitable with your time, your energy, your resources, especially for those who are underprivileged or who are struggling and they're suffering, they're handicapped or elderly, they're alone. Feed the hungry. So how can you do that? Tripura Foundation is a way to honor Lord Saturn, because all of those programs, projects, campaigns are available for you to participate in. So you don't have to go and try to find a soup kitchen. And even if you do in your city or your place that you're around, it's just rigorous. I've tried. They're just like, who are you? What do you do? And I had to fill out all this stuff, and it still said, well, you can only do it on this day. And I was like, oh my God, I'm just going to go to my computer, click on Tripura Foundation, ping, there I go, did my donation, and Saturn will let you know what it is, because you will feel it. Afterwards, you just go, oh my God, that was super easy, and I feel super charged. So try that out and see what happens. People giving people education. You don't have to pay for their whole tuition, but you can contribute. And especially to people who, children or adults who are really struggling and they need training in life, not just education in an academic sense, but to be connected to others. So that's all done on our behalf, and that's an easy way to do to get that royalty consciousness and the experience of success. So those were the 8 things. 8 is great, and greatness of Saturn, 8. So you learn a little bit, or maybe a lot, during these Powertime practices. I sure did, as a reminder. And if I missed anything, please go ahead and pop it onto the chat. I'll be happy to know that you guys are paying attention and that you're seeing, oh my goodness, this is happening in my life, and I've got to slow down and be check and double check. In fact, today I was in a car, and I went to the grocery store, got in the car, and the person who was driving me, we were chatting, and we had finished he came to pick me up. I jumped in the car, put all the groceries away, and I was looking around. I knew there was a car behind, and I was just thinking, well, this guy's he's a good driver, and I trust him, and I'm not going to be one of those, backseat drivers or passenger drivers and say, hey, you should watch out where you're going and stuff. All of a sudden, bump. He had bumped in to this car. Now, this person drives for a living, drives these big, huge trucks for a living. And he was driving the car. And I was like, oh my God, how did that happen? Why did that happen? And he's like, oh my God, he got out of the car. He left a note. If there's any challenges or any problems, please, let me know. And, it was fine. Everything was good. But I thought about it. I went, oh my goodness, that's Lord Saturn saying, hey, don't be distracted, especially when you're driving or when you're doing something really important. It's very important to pay attention. And then also do the right thing. Don't just hit and run, because you don't want any more karma. So everything was fine, although it was a really good lesson, because that could have been a huge accident. And perhaps it may have been, and here it was, a little fender bender. So not even a bender, just popped. I don't even know what we hit because there was nothing there. So that's what happened. It's Saturday, and there it is. And then, so what happened inside? Oh my God, do you freak out? Do you, run around and worry? It's done. It's over. Just move on and learn the lesson and pay attention. So it's an energy, it's an intelligence that is going to be showing us every step of the way what we are doing with our lives and why we are struggling, why we are suffering. And here's a way out that will help you. So we are going to be moving the camera so that, and I'll be moving off to the side so that you can see the setup here that we have. And we're going to be offering, like we do during these pujas or elementalizations, these energization of the different gods or the goddesses, in this case, Lord Saturn. And so we are going to be thinking about how to energize or access that energy inside of ourselves. So we will be thinking about the earth element, the water element, the fire element, the air element, and the ether or the akash. The ether element is the space. So we have 5 different items. So representing the earth is the food items. So here we're going to offer some trail mix, and that represents the earth coming, the food coming from the earth. Then we have the water elements. We're going to offer some water. And then we have the fire element. In this case, we're going to offer the Saturn lamp, the black sesame seed and the sesame oil lamp. And then we are going to offer, so the fire element is also inside of us as well. And then the air is going to be when we light the incense. And then it's the Saturn incense that you can get through Pillai Center or Ashravid. It's like offering herbs to a fire lab. So you can just light this incense, and it's like it will give you the effects of purifying the space like a fire lab or a homo would do, a fire ritual. And then we have, so that's the air element, and then we have the space element that is going to be honored, the ether, and we can offer a flower. Now, again, blue flowers are ideally the best because that's the color for Lord Saturn, but I just have a few, maybe purple, dark colors. Sometimes you can get black roses in some places, or dark purple, or dark red that almost look black. So that makes Saturn happy too. But don't think, oh my God, I don't have the black or the dark blue. You can offer anything with love and care and sincerity. That's what Lord Saturn loves, when you're sincere. And you get into a spiritual state of receptivity. And then he says, okay, what karma do you want to dump? What do you want to get rid of? So think about that before we get started here. I'm just going to dim the lights a little bit. How's your thinking? Yeah, that's kind of cool. So you want his help with sorting out your relationship issues, your finances, your health or well-being, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. You want to think about maybe helping you with your career, or what it is, what's your purpose? What's your true purpose? And help you to feel that, not just think about it. You want it to be that. So think about what it is. Maybe you want to be more charitable with your time, your energy, your resources. Maybe you want you to have a better relationship with your father or father figures, even if they are if that father is passed away. And it's not just your biological father, it could be your adoptive father or someone who was like a father or is like a father to you. Your ancestors, those who have gone to other realms, they're no longer here in the physical realm. They can bless you incredibly. They can just move mountains, do things because they don't have the physical limitations that they had while they were in the physical world. So honoring the ancestors is what Lord Saturn loves. That's why his birth is on a new moon. His birthday is on a new moon, and new moon is the day for the ancestors. So all of this astrology, all this the secrets of Saturn will be revealed to you. And you just can ask for blessings in general. Just say, oh, just bless me. I can't even think of mentioning all the problems because there are so many. All right. So now that you have that brought to the surface of your attention, or you've written it down, you've made your little prayer, just let it go. Close your eyes and put your attention internally. We're going to call on Ganesha to remove the obstacles. We'll call on Dr. Pillai to bless the whole process. And then we will honor Lord Hanuman and Lord Saturn. So visualize a reddish orangish light pouring down your legs into your feet and toes. Very, very important to imagine it, even if you can't see it. You imagine this liquid light pouring down, or there's something that you're feeling, maybe kinesthetically, where you feel an energy or some expansion. Maybe you hear a vibration, like something is going on as this reddish orangish light pours down your legs, into your feet and toes, and into the ground. Feel the steadiness. If you want to know who Lord Saturn is, he keeps you steady. Keeps your 2 feet on the ground, walking 1 foot in front of the other every step. You are solid. You're not shaky. Your faith and trust in yourself is tremendous. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha Nirvignam Kuru Kuru. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha Nirvignam Kuru Kuru. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha Nirvignam Kuru Kuru. Now imagine Dr. Pillai appearing before you in a vast light, or a form you're familiar with. Spiritual energy or light is radiating out from his being, his body. And the pores of your skin open up and begin to soak up this darshan or spiritual transmission. Receive the light, receive the blessings. Om Dram Dattatreya Shiva Baba Namaha. Om Dram Dattatreya Shiva Baba Namaha. Om Dram Dattatreya Shiva Baba Namaha. Now feel beams of light piercing your eyeballs, filling up the eyes, cleansing the windows to your soul. The eyes are the windows to your soul. Receive 2 beams of light in either ear, piercing the eardrums. The light enters the whole inside of your head. The brain lights up. The face lights up. The whole head is lit up. Two beams of light shoot up either nostril, cleansing the air that you breathe in, the prana or the life force energy. Two beams of light enter the tongue, piercing the tip of the tongue, the middle of the tongue, the back of the tongue, and the whole throat and mouth are lit up as the beams of light swirl around in the mouth, expanding the energy, the light, cleansing anything that you've said or taken in through the mouth and the tongue. And then this beam of light can be coming from above you, piercing the top of your skull and getting into your brain. The neurons begin to light up, twinkling like stars in the night sky. The brain lights up, the neurons are firing, the whole body responds. From head to toe, you're filled with light. Now imagine Lord Hanuman, the monkey being, in your third eye. He has a gadha, or a walking stick with a big bulb on the top. It is a divine weapon. Just imagining it will bring the energy of protection, the courage, the bravery, the ability to do the impossible, to find a way out of your harms and hurdles and the delays or the misfortune will be crushed with this gadha. Hanuman is in your third eye, the middle of your brain. Jaya Jaya Hanumantaya Namaha. 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 Now, imagine this being, this black or dark blue being appearing in your mind's eye, or you sense that this being is present. The more awareness you bring or attentional energy will reveal himself, Lord Saturn. It will keep you disciplined and patient, persistent, compassionate, as you receive his blessings in whatever form he decides at this moment. And we will bring his energy more into your awareness with his bija or seed mantra. So you can listen or chant along, but the main thing is to imagine this being appearing to you and giving you all the blessings that you so deserve, being on the spiritual path and doing your best in life, fulfilling your karmic deeds that you decided to with grace and ease. And we'll begin. Om Shanichara Namaha. 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 Feel the blessings of Lord Saturn pulsing through you, cleansing your body, your mind, your soul, raising you up to that highest self-esteem, royalty consciousness, enlightenment, being compassionate, charitable, patient, persistent, a leader in your life, beautiful relationships, health and well-being, success in all your endeavors, your work that you do. And slowly, slowly open your eyes and be gazing forward, if you want, at the altar, and we will complete the session with offering the different items that represent the 5 elements that you can resonate with, and the whole world and all universes, everything in life here and beyond is represented by the 5 elements. So merge with the image of Lord Saturn, and we will go ahead and start with the food that represents the earth element. Om Shanicharaya Namaha. Om Shanicharaya Namaha. Om Shanicharaya Namaha. Now we'll offer the water. Om Shanicharaya Namaha. Om Shanicharaya Namaha. Om Shanicharaya Namaha. Next, we'll offer the sesame lamp, the black sesame seeds and sesame oil lamp for Lord Saturn, representing the fire. Om Shanicharaya Namaha. Om Shanicharaya Namaha. Om Shanicharaya Namaha. Then we will offer the incense that represents the air element, and this is special incense that has herbs that Lord Saturn loves. Om Shanicharaya Namaha. Om Shanicharaya Namaha. Om Shanicharaya Namaha. And then we'll offer the 5th element. The representation of the 5th element is the flowers, representing the ether, the Akash or space. Om Shanicharaya Namaha. 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 Om Shanichara 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 Namaha. And just be gazing at the image of Lord Saturn. He's pretty happy. To be receiving your attentional energy and your heartfelt support for this puja or elementalization to be a success and show the results in your life from your participation. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. Peace to the body, peace to the mind, peace to the soul, peace to the environment, peace to the world. Peace, peace, peace. As you're coming out of your connection to this spiritual process, can make a prayer of gratitude to Dr. Pillai for guiding your soul to dump a bunch of karma with Saturn's grace and blessings. And then pray for whatever it is that you want, and then also for those people who need it the most. And slowly, slowly come back. So thanks for joining, those of you who need to jump. Lord Saturn's pretty happy, chilling there. This is something that I didn't mention, and it's really important, especially for people who can feed crows, to get Lord Saturn's blessing. So you can see the crow is the vahana, which is roughly translated as the vehicle of Lord Saturn. So you can see him riding on a crow. So if you see crows or black birds or even black animals, I was asked by or recommended by one of the astrologers many years ago to feed crows in Toronto, Canada, where I am. And I could not, for the life of me, find crows anywhere. Said, you must do this on a Saturday. Oh my God. I couldn't find it. Finally, I did. Drove all over the place. Found one crow, and he was just, he was on the top of this roof, and he wouldn't come and get the breadcrumbs or whatever it was that I was. You could give breadcrumbs or seeds or oats or black sesame seeds with rice. You can give that to the crows. So what I found out later on was I didn't have to wait till he jumped down to eat it. I could have just left it there and drove away, but I was so like worried. Oh my God, I have to do this on this day. And so then on, I always seemed to find crows. But it was, that's what Lord Saturn was teaching, is to not worry and be discouraged or give up. And doing your spiritual practices or even doing in your life, you don't want to give up. It's not over until it's over. So feeding crows on a Saturday will honor Lord Saturn or keep him happy as well. And again, if you can't find crows, then you can maybe like black squirrels or little black dogs even. Anything black as an animal who is hungry and can't fend for themselves, you can do that. Or any type of, maybe a starling or black bird that's not a crow. So that is something that was in the number 8, in the 8 things that Saturn wanted you to know about. So that was a bonus. So that's what I wanted to share about Lord Saturn. And you can check out the chat and see what Radha has been posting here from Pillai Center Practice. She's been keeping everyone up to date. And I'll just say, Pranava is saying here, while chanting, a black cat came into my vision. He startled me. Incredible. There you go. So there are, in the Indian tradition, they will say it can only be black crows. However, Dr. Pillai knows that we're living in a period thousands of years later when these scriptures were written, and the day in the life of someone now is, this is what it is. So we get what we get in the modern world. So we may not necessarily be able to find a crow because of where we live, but it can be, again, a black bird, or another black bird, or a black animal, squirrels. There's one, when I first started running my major planetary period, the 19 years of Saturn, I was like, oh my God, what is this going to be? And I didn't have this sense of doom and gloom. It means to me a lot of hard work, but also I'll have the energy and the intelligence and the spiritual knowledge that will keep supporting me to do whatever it is that I need to do every day, and every step of the way, every step I take, day by day, because we can't predict what's going to happen in the future. Even if we do have an astrology consultation, these are possibilities. So don't get stuck if you find out, oh, there's bad weather ahead. You just prepare yourself. Or like I said, we banged into this, we didn't bang into this person, but we bumped the car. And I was like, oh my God, I hope everything is fine, that nobody was hurt or anything. And there was nothing. So that's Saturn saying, pay attention and getting rid of some karma for you. And I was like, so grateful. So Saturn helps you to see beyond what the reality in this everyday life is, and then to appreciate, even as Pranav was saying, the black cat shows up, and then it says to you something. So you can go and Google these things too, because they're kind of like omens. And then you can Google or do a search, or use your favorite search engine to find out meaning of black cat. And then you will get some insights. So that's how Saturn works with us too. He tweaks your intuition. He helps you to see things. Show me a sign. And we're always asking, God, show me a sign. and that I'm on the right track, or I have to pay attention to what the sign is. And the beauty of internet technology is that you will find the information pretty quick. So Barbara's saying here, thank you, Sutrita, to the divine. Babaji, namaste. You're very welcome. So hopefully you felt some energy shift or a connection to Saturn. Just the fact that you're here is Saturn expressing himself through you. So you just did what Dr. Pillai says. When you come together and you do something that seems like, what is this all about? It's something spiritual. His energy is behind this. He's the one who has brought us all together at the level of the soul to do something that is going to be have way more effect than we could even imagine. So trust that that is what needed to be done, and you just got dumped a lot of karma. So Lila is saying here, an auspicious day in India for manifesting abundance. Okay, great. Jane is saying here, I saw a black crow on my fence yesterday. I kept looking at it for about a minute. It flew towards me and then it flew away. There you go. So maybe he said, come and find out what I'm all about, because I just may be showing you something. So when the black crow shows up, or the black animal, and it's just like something says, pay attention. Then pay attention to what you were thinking and what you were doing and what you need to do to rectify that situation, or to take advantage of the situation, take advantage of the opportunities that are always there, but we're afraid, or we don't deserve, or you go and do the thing. So Saturn says, take the right action. And then there won't be delays, because you will be acting appropriately and perfectly. Rico is saying, when I was with the closed eyes, I also saw a cat, but a little orange, and it take a reference posture, a reverence posture in front of me. Wow, that's awesome. Everardo is saying, I saw a pigeon walking almost like it wanted me to hold it. There you go. Johnny Johnson, blessed, love, Sutrita, always learn something new. Yeah, great. I'm so happy. Me too. So let's just scroll up and see what people are sharing here, because I can read it today. Last week I couldn't for some strange reason. Sebastian is saying, the prayer or meditation, what's the spiritual mantra you were just singing? So Om Shin, it was during Hanuman. So the mantra is there, Om Hanumantaye, Hanuman Taye. So I'm not sure if Radha is here, if she can post that. So Hanuman is Lord Hanuman, who is this monkey being with the Gadha, the big club. He's holding it there. And he's got his foot on Saturn, because he's saying, hey, relax, don't give such hard karma to the people who are already here doing their spiritual practices. They're trying to find a way out. So you have to cut them some slack. And then Lord Saturn says, yeah, I'll chill, because you're there and you're the one who represents doing the impossible. So you came, and that might have been impossible for a lot of people to come live or watch or listen to the recording later on. Okay, so lots of people from different parts of the world. Awesome that you're here. And then Radha has posted a couple of links. There's going to be, so these are for the specials to honor Lord Saturn. If you want to participate in that, go check it out on Pillai Center Ashravid. Even reading about it is going to make Saturn to be happy. So you'll feel the blessings inside of you just reading about it. And then you can get an astrology consultation, which Dr. Pillai says, please get that. That is your GPS. You don't want to get lost in life and wonder why the heck things are happening. You will know, and the astrologer will help you to find a way out of your problems. So read that book. It's called The Greatness of Saturn. It's sitting there next to Lord Hanuman on the altar here. And it is a book about all the planets as well. So if you are new to Dr. Pillai's teachings, it's so important to understand that these planets aren't just celestial balls in the sky, and we're going in their own orbit around the sun, and we're in the midst of it on the Earth going around our orbit around the sun. That's the astronomical representation of what the planets are, but they're also beings, just like we are here. We're human beings. We're being something or another on the Earth plane. The energy or the consciousness coming from the planets, such as Lord Saturn and all the planets that you will understand through the storytelling or the mythology that is true forever. It's eternal. So that intelligence that's coming through, you will feel it, even though you're thinking, oh, I'm listening to a story or I'm reading a story. Whoa, it's a therapy. So it's a mythotherapy. So it is something that you sacrifice your time to read it and to feel it and to merge with the story and to merge with the planets. That is going to be an offering to Lord Saturn. So do that. Especially if you have Saturn that is afflicted or causing a lot of delays, problems, depression, all the things that we talked about. And then you want to get the blessings. And you want to know what the blessings are. He'll raise you up from this level of feeling like not good enough or not smart enough or not intelligent enough, not skilled enough, don't have enough money, don't have enough whatever. You will be raised to that level like a king or a queen. So that royalty consciousness will just put you in the right place at the right time. And all of a sudden things will just shift and we'll think, oh my God, that's a miracle. No, it's Saturn. Saturn makes you to do the karma, but you don't have to suffer through paying back karma. The debt will be paid and you will then live a really high life. And so a lot of us are experiencing that, and Dr. Pillai has been guiding us every step of the way. So I think I've gone over all the comments. Lulu is saying, thank you so much for the Saturn meditation and teaching. Rigo is saying, thank you so much. And that's what it is Dr. Pillai gives us very simple ways of connecting with the being Saturn today and Lord Hanuman as well, to help us to understand how important it is for us to be on our spiritual path, but also know what the energies are. And so please, please, please dump your karmas. Come to Powertime practice, because it's on a Saturday here in Eastern Standard Time or Eastern Daylight Savings Time. And anything you do on a Saturday that is a mantra practice or meditation or a ritual, you cannot believe the blessings you're going to get. You may not, I don't even understand what it will be, but it is always going to carry you through week to week, month to month, year to year, with more fortune, luck, and grace than you can ever imagine. Even Dr. Pillai says Saturn is gives greater blessings than Jupiter, which is the guru in Sanskrit, and it is the planet or the planetary being that gives fortune, luck, and grace. Saturn gives way more because it's something that we do every day. It's the work that we do. It's the purpose of our life. It is our spiritual path. Gives you that strength and that perseverance, persistence, patience, compassion, and so on, and the ability to make a lot of money, because you will be investing wisely your time, your money, your energy, your resources. People will come, you will honor them. Your relationships will be beautiful, the health, the well-being. So you can't put a price on what Saturn will do for you. And that's what Dr. Pillai says. Don't miss his birthday, because this is also very rare. This once in 18 years, this alignment that's happening. So look back in 18 years ago and see if you missed out on something, or you got the blessings, but then you just got, maybe you got lost and come back, or maybe you've had great blessings and you're getting more. So We always want to look back to 18 years ago. What was happening? And you will see, oh my goodness. So this is very important now, because I have the awareness. I got here somehow. I have the blessings to get here, to get this information. So now I can get so much more out of my life with these the spiritual knowledge and the spiritual guidance, the spiritual blessings coming from Dr. Pillai. So what day is his birthday? Pranava is saying it is on the, okay, let me just pull this up so I can tell you what it is in different time zones. So it's going to be on the June 9th or 10th, depending on where you are in the world. But if you participate in Saturn's birthday ceremonies, the paid ceremonies, there's going to be a live stream of the rituals. Again, they're going to be fire labs, pujas, and so on. So that is going to be happening on June 9th at 5 p.m. Pacific time, which is 8 p.m. Eastern time. And if you're in India, India Standard Time is going to be on June 10th, 5:30 a.m. IST. And then anywhere in between, you will do the conversion for your city or country. So June 9th or 10th, depending on where you are in the world. But for you, Pranava, you're in Pacific time, so that will start June 9th. So if you don't participate in these Saturn birthday ceremonies, then you can do it anytime throughout that day. If you can download the Hora Watch, it's on astroved.com, and it is an app that I think it's only 99 cents for the Pro Hora Watch. Or you can get it for free, the information for free. The timings for the Saturn hour, Hora means hour. It's not exactly 60 minutes, like an hour. It can be more or less. So it's a time period where Saturn's energy is really strong. And so throughout that whole 9th or 10th, depending on where you are in the world, during the day, throughout that 24-hour period, you will experience 3 times Saturn's Hora. If you can do it during that time, chant his mantra, offer whatever you can, light a black sesame seeds and sesame oil lamp. That will be really helpful. Again, if you're running Sati Sati, or like me, 19 years of Saturn, or if you have an afflicted Saturn in the 4th or 8th house, as we mentioned, or the astrologer says, hey, it's a good idea for you to light the Saturn lamp, you can do it during the Saturn Hora, or like me, I have it all day long because I'm working all day long and I have a lot of karma that I want to go to be able to do with grace and ease versus challenges and struggles and accidents and so on, delays and problems. I don't want that. So just use the spiritual tool that will give you like a smooth paved way. We know how that is when instead of having a bumpy road with potholes or we're hanging off a cliff kind of experience in life. So the Saturn Hora is a really good time. Although if you can't, say you're working or you just can't do it, it doesn't matter. Saturn will be happy if you honor him at some point throughout that 24-hour period of his birthday. So celebrate his birthday in any way that you can and read about it. If you can, get that book. We don't get any royalty for that or any kickback or any commissions. It's something that many of us have done and continue to do. And I pick it up every now and then and find out just flipping the book with my fingers and then stopping at a page and looking on that page, and the message is so strong. And then I go and I read that whole chapter on that particular planet. So it's not only about Saturn, it's about all the planets. Can I order the Saturn remedy for my mother? Absolutely, Nizila. That's called an angel gift. You're doing it like you are their angel. So you can definitely do that. Or like some people will say, well, I don't really feel like, I want to do that. How can I do it for myself? And then pray for your mother or whoever it is. You can do that too. And anyways, through Ashravet or Apply Center, I think if you are you have a special membership, then you can add people. I think up to 3 people or 4 people, you can add them to your services. So that's really good. That's what I do. So they're getting the blessings for that particular service. Sherry is saying, why are the leaders in the world like kings and queens, and they are not good characters or spiritually consciousness, and yet they're successful, famous, and rich leaders? Everyone loves and respects them. It's a good question, and here's the thing, is that they have done really challenging karmas in previous lifetimes. And in previous lifetimes, you've been a king or a queen, or held a high position in life, in the government or in business, or you were from an affluent life, and then you messed up. So those kings and queens now, they messed up too, and then we lose consciousness when we come into the earth plane. We forget, and that's the whole thing. So it's all karma that puts you on the throne, and karma that knocks you off the throne. So there, as Dr. Pillai shares, you don't have to be stuck. You can maybe not wear a crown or do whatever the kings or the queens are doing, or those rulers of the world. We shouldn't be really concerned about them too much. We should really be focusing on raising our own vibration, our own level of consciousness, and mind our own fabulous business, as the children say. They say, mind your own business. And they can focus, and then they get whatever it is that they are praying for or wishing for. So that's what we want to do, is not be distracted by what everyone else is doing for their karmas. We want to do our karma. And that's what Saturn will do. Never mind about that. You just do what you need to do. So yeah, they've got the karma to be in that position and be idiots or be whatever they are being. And I'm not saying that in a derogatory way. Dr. Pillai says there's a lot, of people who just they're not paying attention to the truth of what it is to be a leader, or the truth of they're wasting a lifetime. They're just playing something out to the best of their ability, to the best of their knowledge. But if they could be raised to that level of consciousness, can you imagine the ruling of the world then? And it will be. This is the golden age. So we may see that in our lifetime. So Apply Center practice brought us posted here, The Greatness of Saturn by Dr. Robert Svoboda. The Saturn's birthday is on June 9th or 10th, depending on where you are in the world. The link is there if you want to participate in those services. Read about it anyways. And then it's karma that puts you on the throne. It's karma that knocks you off the throne. So it doesn't matter. You can think, oh my God, I've had so many failures in life. And the reason we fail in life and we keep going is because that's how we will learn the lessons. You don't pay attention when you're successful. You don't even celebrate anymore. The successes, you don't learn from it because you just keep doing and you keep going. But when we have the hardships, it makes those successes so much sweeter, and more fulfilling, more rewarding. We don't take for granted anything. So even if you fail 1,000 times, like, all the greats talk about, Edison or Einstein will say, I failed thousands and thousands of attempts or times in my life that I did an experiment, or I, worked on something and it was a failure. I was told I was a failure again and again and again. And yet they became the greatest. So the greatest, Dr. Pillai has shared that Saturn will delay and he will deny to a certain extent, but he will always give you, because you would just keep going. So he will really never deny you in the long run. He will deny or delay things in the beginning, because you have to get that steadiness. You have to learn what perseverance is. You have to learn what patience is, compassion, and not just on an intellectual level. You've got to feel it. You've got to be it. How can you say, I'm a patient person? I'm a compassionate person. I'm this, I'm that. Well, you're big fat ego. And then Saturn will grind you down to be more humble, and to be more peaceful and quiet and hold that spiritual energy and be charitable without saying, hey, look at me, look what I did. Because it's not fulfilling, it's not rewarding. And being on the spiritual path, you'll say, hey, look at me, how great I am spiritually. And then you'll have these dark nights of the soul. And you'll be just like, what happened? The lights went out. That's Saturn. The lights didn't go out. There's just a gray cloud. I remember Dr. Pillai was looking at a few of us in India, and he was on a conference call back then, the conference calls. And so we were in India, and all of us that were sitting there's maybe like 6 people, and we were in his room, and he's looking down, he's talking to the people from all around the world. He's saying, I'm sitting here looking at these pathetic faces, and they have this dark cloud hanging over them. And it's okay, it's Saturn. And it's okay because I'm going to help them. But I remember feeling like, oh, woe is me. And everybody else, we were crying. We were like, when the guru says it goes right to your soul, kind of burns. And you just can't hide from it. You can't say, oh no, the dark cloud isn't there. It is there. And then he's going to help you to find a way out. So if you feel like that, we're just going through like a dark moment, or the melancholy, or you feel really depressed and isolated, then you've got to take the steps, take action, even if it goes against you and you have, every right to feel this way. It's not right in the way of the divine to shine you up like a diamond. You're going to be in the rough for a while, and to carry you through life and teach you those, to have those qualities and to experience those qualities of shining brightly in the worst situations and being calm and patient and steady. And you're going to be holding the light. And that's what Saturn wants you to do, is gain that strength to be able to do that and endure it for your whole life, all the years, all the decades. So it doesn't matter if you're starting now or if you've been on the path for a while. Saturn has put you here. Doesn't matter if you come or go. You just stay with this knowledge, knowing that, okay, things are going to shift in my life. Things are going to come out of nowhere, and I got to be steady, because that's all I can depend on. And then if you honor Lord Saturn in the ways in which we shared today, or all of it, then you're really going to feel this luck and grace and fortune, being in the right place at the right time. The right people are coming. You're having the right kinds of conversations. You're getting the right support. You're asking where you didn't have the courage before, or you felt embarrassed, or the pride was in the way. Saturn crushes all that. So yes, Lulu Light is saying there's also a 1-year Saturn program available at Astrobed. And I've been doing the 1-year program for many years, and I will continue on through these whole 19 years that I'm running the major planetary or dasa influence. So this is something that I know. It's kind of like, living in Canada, for example, you need to have air conditioning during the summertime because it's so humid. And then you need to have good heat in the winter, and you need to be, wearing the winter clothes that are going to keep you warm. And so just like that, you have to prepare yourself for the life ahead so that you are moving with grace and ease and comfortability as you can. You're going to be having challenges. That's what growth is all about. You have a little friction in life, but you don't need to be ground down to nothing. which is what Saturn will do if you don't put the right structure in your life, get organized. You know, Saturn is all about organization too, and getting clarity, being on your spiritual path, being a good person, and so on. Getting rid of your karma, which is what you're all here to do. And you're all doing it. So trust that. So honor Lord Saturn on Saturdays, especially on his birthday, and you will get his blessings birthed into you. And that will grow, just like you did, from a baby to who you are now. You're a completely different looking being, right? So Saturn is going to show you in your life that there were delays, but he will never deny you if you're on the right path. So Radhya is saying here, ma'am, the sun and Saturn in the same house with Guru, can I do these rituals? Absolutely. Saturn is the sun, S-O-N, so the offspring of the sun, Lord Sun. And what I would recommend for you to do, and anyone else, I think I said it a few times, get a live astrology consultation through Ashraved or a Saturn report. So go to the astrologer if you're going to do it live, either by phone or Skype or whatever it is that they set you up with. It's 30 minutes or an hour or whatever you can afford to do. And then you say, okay, I need to find out how to honor Lord Saturn and what to do and how it's going to impact my life, which area of my life. Boom, it's done. Then you have like your Saturn GPS. You know where you're going. You know what to do. And then if you cannot do that, then there are reports. You can ask for a written report as well. So please go and check that out, Aradhya or anyone else who doesn't know about what Saturn, where Saturn is in the chart and what you need to do to get some support, spiritual support, which will help you to navigate life with more grace and ease. So with that, we've been here for a couple of hours. This is what Saturn does. He makes you to stay for a long time and get all the gems and all the goodies and all the blessings, because that's what's going to get rid of the difficult karmas. And you can believe what happens to people when they say, yes, I endured, I stayed, I was patient, I was compassionate, I held the space, I didn't rush, and I learned, wow, all these great blessings are coming through my being. I can feel the energy, and then filling yourself up with that for a couple of hours. Then the rest of your week and moving on week to week, you're going to feel a lot of grace and ease. So with that, I will wrap it up. Thank you all so much for joining. Thanks to Dr. Pillai for bringing us together to be able to do something that's way beyond what we can imagine. And it's helping the world as well. So God bless and happy birthday to Lord Saturn. May you be blessed to rise to the level of royalty consciousness, whatever that is going to be for you in your life, coming out of all the harms and hurdles with the grace and blessings. Happy Shani Jayanti. Namaste.